They are making a difference on 938 Live.
Now, what does it take to be a volunteer with the deaf? I find out from SADEF Youth Beat volunteer To Yo Sin. Before you started working with the deaf, did you have any worries or apprehensions?
I started volunteering for the deaf community while I was still serving my national service in the army back in 2010. Okay. Initially, I was rather worried that I would have difficulties in communicating with the deaf, as I did not know sign language back then. But I told myself that if I were to volunteer for the deaf community, I would have to take up a sign language course at the Singapore Association for the Deaf to facilitate my interaction with members of the deaf community. Another apprehension which I had was on how the deaf people think, work and play. In short, I was rather clueless about their culture and whether they are able to accept the way the hearing people work and interact.
So did any of your views change when you did start working with the deaf?
Yes. After volunteering for the deaf community for a couple of years in SADEF and SADEF volunteer group Youth Beat, I realized that deaf people are just like us, the hearing. Basically, they are as capable as any hearing person as long as they are given the right resources and help to accommodate their needs. Many of the deaf whom I came across throughout my volunteering work are really kind and accommodating. They will teach me sign language to help me in my interaction with them. Thus, I feel it has been a joy in working with them at SADEF Youth Beat.
You've been working with them for a while now. Is there anything till today still surprises you about the deaf?
No, because I just feel that, it's for every deaf which I counter to my volunteering work, I see them as someone who is able to, contribute in their own way despite their hearing disability.
When you started this volunteer work, you were actually in NS. What actually motivated you to want to start working with the deaf?
Basically, I wanted to pick up new skills and just sign language. So I chose to volunteer in the deaf community.
And what keeps you committed to the work till today?
I like to work with like-minded volunteers in SADEF Youth Beat. Many of them are youth like me who are passionate and they want to give back to society, especially the deaf community, through volunteerism. I really cherish the teamwork and friendships which I have forged with the deaf and my volunteers over time. And it's also the journey which myself and my volunteers went through to plan and organize events for the deaf community, which have kept me going and remain committed in volunteering for Youth Beat. So whenever I see the deaf participants enjoying the events which we have organized for them, I felt a sense of fulfillment and purpose. This has also kept me going and more determined in making a difference in the life of the deaf in Singapore.
What do you think more youths should actually know about the kind of volunteer work that you do?
Well, to volunteer for the deaf community, I feel that one must understand or at least try to learn about the deaf culture. Knowing sign language would be an added bonus. However, sign language could be learned from the courses provided at SADEF. Another important thing is that any youth who wants to volunteer for SADEF Youth Beat must be passionate in serving the deaf community and loving what we do for the deaf.
And that was To Yo Sin, a SADEF Youth Beat volunteer. If you want to find out more about the group, it's one word, SADEAF, SADEF Youth Beat. This has been They Are Making a Difference. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Daphne Lim.
They are making a difference on 938 Live.